Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at drawing hands from reference. And I have to apologize for my voice here. I've lost a little bit of it, so hopefully it's not going to be too much of a distraction. So when I'm working from reference, it's very important to indicate the appropriate landmarks. And in this particular case, I can see more of the top part of the palm than I can compared to the reference that's over here, right? So I think what's very helpful when you're looking from reference and trying to draw an object is to go ahead and distill it down into basic shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this trapezoidal shape that we've talked about, only this time this trapezoidal shape is at a little bit of an angle. And I'll also add a line to denote the location of the thumb and the left side of the palm versus the right side. You can see there's a little bit of a cupping going on. The hand is curved. And this is going to be a really useful landmark, as you'll see here, when we start to draw the actual thumb itself. So I'll start off by kind of drawing my little bowling pin. And the next thing I want to do is I have to be aware of the fact that because the hand is somewhat cupped, it's going to cause certain parts to kind of stick out a little bit. So let's just go ahead and draw this top part here. That's like a little bit of the skin. It's being folded. And we'll draw our large, medium, and small shape. And these are cylindrical shapes, which is why you see the curves occurring over here. They kind of match up with the joints on the finger. So next we're going to look at the next finger here, and it's going to come out at an angle. Again, large, medium, and then small. And I'm kind of exaggerating this. It's you're actually seeing less of that finger here. It's being a little bit hidden from view. The third finger kind of extends out, and I'll kind of draw through the form here so you can see it. And finally, when we're dealing with our pinky, we have large, we have medium, and then we have the small shape where the pinky is actually facing us, the viewer, and you can see that there's a little hint of that nail going on there. So now we can formalize. We can include the knuckle, and we can draw the actual thumbnail. Right? So large, medium, and small shapes rule. Okay, so next up I want to draw the other hand, and I'm going to put this on a separate layer. Strongly recommend that when you're working digitally to take advantage of the fact that you have layers. So let's consider this is another trapezoid. This trapezoid is going to represent the side of the hand. And from there we can say, all right, well, we're going to draw our thumb. So we're going to draw our bowling pin. And then we're going to indicate the finger that's closest to us. Now, part of it is being obscured by the heart, but our knowledge of the large, medium, and small shapes should not impact that. So there's large, medium, and then we have, I'll draw through the form here, small. And then we can see that there's a hint of another finger. Can't tell exactly what finger that might be. Could be the pinky, but I'll just go ahead and denote that. And the other, we got the fleshy bits here, so we've got this, another fleshy bit, and the other fingers are kind of obscured from view. So once again, we have the thumbnail, we have another fingernail, and I could always come back in and just add a little bit of thickening to this finger. Just want to close that gap a little bit. And then we have the knuckle, and this area right here is going to be more or less ensconced in darkness. You can see a little bit of it, but it's not super evident. So now we've got both fingers. We can move them into position. Roughly the thumbs are going to be somewhat close to each other. And on a separate layer, I'll draw the heart. And at this point, what I can do is I can come back and I can just go ahead and clean up the whole thing, which is what I'll do here. And when I clean it up, I'll go ahead and add some refinement. You can see that the thumb here actually is more of like a, kind of a spoon shape. So if I'm drawing this realistically, I'm going to try to capture that. And this is the case where, I'll make little adjustments. We've got our knuckle, got our middle finger, and because the heart's covering it, now I can kind of conceal that. I'm going to move this middle finger down a little bit. It looks like to me that finger is a little bit shorter. And there's the other palm. Let's draw the thumbnails. And draw a heart. And we can draw a little wedge shape, spoon shape for the thumb. So in that first pass when I'm drawing, I'm just trying to establish proportions. I can see a little hint of another finger over here too. And I can even see a little hint of a finger back there. The first pass is just merely me trying to come to grips with the overall structure. And you're seeing it exactly as how I would do it. Sometimes you have to make adjustments and corrections, and that's perfectly fine. It's just part of the process. So here you go. I've got hands. I'm thinking about large, medium, and small shapes. And I've gone through an underdrawing to go ahead and establish the proportions. And then I'm creating a new drawing on top of that, using the underdrawing as kind of a reference to tweak and adjust proportions as needed. So I hope you found this video to be useful. Once again, I appreciate your support and the fact that you're watching this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are these videos helping you get better at drawing hands? What would you like me to focus on next? I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are. As always, I appreciate the interest, and thanks so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.